Big Boy's Neighborhood.
Big Boy.
Hey man, just real quick. I need 2008. You always say, "Oh man, I gotta start this year off. This got to be my year. This got to be my year."
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, man, I get and you probably know where I'm going with this, Jace. But yesterday, I get on a plane early in the morning to go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Oh, you gotta go. You gotta fly up to Vegas. We want y'all to, we want you to sit down and talk with somebody." So I'm like, "All right, cool. All right." So I get on the plane, Fuzzy and I. We get to Vegas. They check us into the hotel out there, and they send us a car. And they're like, "Oh, we'll come down. We want you to listen to this music and everything." All right, cool. So we walk in, and I just had, I had my stomach surgery, so I'm always in the restroom. You know what I'm saying? So when I go into the restroom, by that time, the person arrived. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I walk out, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, the person must be here that I got to sit down and listen to this music with." I really don't want to hear it, but I'm like, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? They sent the plane, and we'll go sit down and listen to this person because the person needs my advice on this album that they want to bring out.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So I walk into the studio, right? And I didn't even know that I got the page like he's here. So I walk in, and I see this little kid first. So I walk in, and I'm like, uh-oh. So then, boom, I walk in, they like, "Big Boy, hey, Big Boy, this is Michael Jackson."
Shut up.
No way.
So
What?
my man stands up, and he's like, "Oh, my God, pleasure to meet you."
You lying, dog.
"Oh, I love
Big.
I love your shirt." So I'm like, "Hey, Mike," I'm like, "Man, pleasure to meet you, whoop-de-whoop." So I'm sitting here with Michael Jackson.
Are you
It was,
You pulling out the camera.
Wait.
Let me tell
How
you.
did this happen? Like, who? What?
Will.i.am is producing. Michael Jackson got the Thriller album that they're releasing, Thriller 25, right? And so when we sitting there, just flip that way. So while we're sitting there, they just start playing music. But dude is like, it's crazy how when people say, "Oh man, Michael's
God.
misunderstood. Michael's such and such."
Oh
Let me
my
see.
God! Like, this
Hey, man.
is official.
Every picture I told this dude you got to see Fuzzy's camera. I was like, "No, Mike, mad dog the camera like this. All right, sit with me back to back like
Those
this.
some
All
tight
right, now don't
jeans.
look in the camera. Just put your face up like this. But walking in and seeing Michael Jackson there, you got to think, because for one, Michael Jackson is like one of them cats that everybody could talk mess, but you want to meet Michael
You want
Jackson.
to be like, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Michael Jackson.
So my man, he gets into, how do I feel after the surgery? How I feel about this? And it was crazy. And it was crazy because he was like, "Oh yeah, and this is my son Blanket." And I look over and I'm like, and I'd never seen Blanket out of, how they put him in the wrap.
Mask.
And Blanket, I'm just sitting next to Blanket for like 2 hours, like, "Yeah, man, so what's up, Blanket?" But let me see, right?
Was he like a regular kid?
He was Blanket was very quiet, but very respectful. "Can you open this for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah." So your daddy cut me a check for $1 million. Blanket is like 5 years old right now.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was crazy because
Big, how many times were you like just tripping
dude,
out?
and you know how I said, if I ever met Michael, I'm telling you, dude, like for one, when we walked in, Michael Jackson I didn't see one bodyguard, but I'm pretty sure they had to be posted somewhere.
Yeah.
But nowhere in sight, no assistance. It was him and the cat by the name of Peter Lopez. Peter does like High School Musical and everything, but it was just him, Peter Lopez, and Blanket. Wow. And they never said, "Don't look at Michael Jackson. You can't take him." Every picture and every position I put Michael Jackson into, and dude my man told, I said, "Hey, Mike," when we were leaving, I said, "Hey, Mike," I said, "Can you take a picture?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." So I grabbed Fuzz, and Mike's about to get in the picture, and I was like, "No, man, we don't want you in the picture." I said, "Take the picture." I hand him the camera, and he just started rolling. He was like, "Oh my God, nobody's ever told me that." But Michael was laughing off of stuff that he shouldn't be laughing at.
Right.
You know how people say, "Man, Mike's man, Mike crazy, man. Mike a black man." Mike is.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Really?
at no point, and it was times, dude, when I just sit there and I would just look over at him. And you got to think, we chilling for like 2 hours. Wow. And he never looked at his watch. We had to leave. He never said, "I got to wrap this up," or, "Mike's busy," so on and so forth. And he played the music for us, but Will didn't have everything. Will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas didn't have everything that Michael wanted to play. So we had to bounce out. And it seemed like he really enjoyed our company.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? And Mike it was just crazy just sitting there. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I was looking at Michael because, and no disrespect, but the last pictures I seen, he had them bandages on his face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at Blanket, and I'm like, man, this is Blanket. his son, and Blanket looked like Penelope Cruz.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Or Selma Hayek or something, man. He got long ass hair, and I'm just looking like, man, this is, you know what I'm saying?
Jackson.
Yeah, man.
How was the music?
The music was good because what they did, they flipped a lot. They remixed a lot of the Thriller. So when y'all hear this, The Girl Is Mine, Will.i.am put his foot in it,
Go
man.
ahead, Willie.
Put his foot in it. So he.
You were kicking it with Michael Jackson. That's
and it
crazy.
was crazy. No, Michael was kicking it with me.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I told him, I said, how much of a pleasure it is for you to meet me.
Yeah.
You know, but dude is cool as
What
hell.
was he saying when you were putting him all the different positions? When you were like, "Hey, pose this way, pose that way."
Hey, you watch that.
You know what I mean?
Easy.
Yeah, slow down there now, see. No, he was in a great mood.
That's
He was in a great mood,
Hey,
man.
babe, did you ever think in your lifetime
Yeah, I knew
that
it.
really?
Yeah, I knew I was gonna meet Michael Jackson.
Was he cursing? Did he curse?
I didn't hear him curse.
Really?
Because Blanket was there. I think.
okay.
But you know what I'm saying? But he don't hold his tongue either. You know what I'm saying? And he would ask about, about certain things. And it's crazy because he never like heard a Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now there's a dance. And Will got up and did the dance. He's like, oh, that's fabulous. Oh, wow. his favorite thing is, oh, wow. Every time you say something, oh, wow. And it was crazy because one thing that me and Fuzz noticed is like there were times when he would put his shades on.
Yeah.
And then you look over and then he'll have his shades off. You know what I'm saying? But you looking at Michael Jackson like, dude, like,
Wow.
And I mean, like, it was times when I was just staring. And I mean, I'm on his fingers. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at him like, man, that's Michael Jackson. Like, now, I don't know why I wanted to get up and do Thriller with him.
I don't blame you.
But as soon as I popped it, boom, he popped it right back at me. He was like, see, Peter, see what I told you? Every time someone thinks of Thriller, they do this.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And he started doing, the little shoulder thing.
Wow.
Shoulder twitch.
Because there's something that's about to go down, and he was telling dude, Peter, we need to incorporate that because the first thing Big Boy did was he started to do this. And when he started doing the shoulder thing, I was like, Mike, do it, please. Do the whole step.
Y'all, this is moonwalk.
What was
This is moonwalk.
What was the one moment that like bugged you out about this? You with Michael Jackson.
When he took his nose off. And put it in his pocket.
That's the last meeting. That's the last meeting you gonna have. He listening right now, like
that was crazy. That was crazy when he took it off and tossed it to me. Let me play with it.
Wow.
I got another one upstairs.